Hey guys, it's Tara and I have Maddie with me today. I saw your comment saying that I need more dolls in my videos and I will be doing some more doll focused content, but for now, you know, here she is. She's just gonna be here, I guess. So today I am bringing you things you should never do to your dolls, part, I don't even know, 5 I think? Maybe. We'll see. And yeah, let's get started. So the first thing is when you're using a spray bottle, be careful of where you're spraying, because first of all, you don't want to get it in their eyes, and second of all, you don't want to get it on their body because the cloth, when it's damp, is a perfect breeding ground for mold, which is disgusting. You don't want a moldy doll body. I don't think anyone does. So just be careful when you're spraying because there are several parts that is not good for your doll to get wet. But of course, the vinyl is okay if you just wipe it off quickly. Shouldn't be a problem. The hair obviously is where you're trying to spray, so just be careful, face and the cloth body. Next is never use your own hairbrush on them. A couple problems with this. First of all, your oils from your scalp, they're natural oils. Even if your hair isn't oily, you still have oils. It can damage their hair, so you need to have a designated doll brush, and that brush needs to be a wig wired brush. Traditional human hairbrushes are not made for wigs. Your doll has a wig, it's not real human hair, so you need to get a wig wired brush for them. So that's the second problem. Number one, oils on your scalp. Second of all, is the type of brush that you're using is likely not suitable for your doll. Next is if you dye their hair using any method, hair dye, Sharpie, whatever you're using, you need to make sure that you wash the hair until the water runs clear, because otherwise it can stain their vinyl. So I have had I made this mistake before where I dyed a doll's hair using Sharpie and it ended up staining her face and her body because I didn't wash it out enough. And also I dyed a wig using hair dye, human hair dye, as an experiment. And it also was very staining. So you need to be very, very careful because, you know, you don't want to learn from your mistake. You want to just not make the mistake when it comes to that. So if you're ever dyeing hair, wash it out thoroughly. Even if some of the color goes away, that's fine. You'd rather have the color go into your sink, go down the drain, than have it be, you know, all over your dolls and vinyl. Not cute. Next is never leave their eyelashes tucked into their eye socket. So this sounds weird, but if you make stop motions or if you've ever made a stop motion or had to make your dolls like blink before, you know what I mean. So what I mean by that is a lot of people who make stop motions to make their dolls blink, they'll tuck the eyelashes in like that. And for just a little while, it's totally fine. It will not damage your doll. But if you leave them like that, let's say you're working on a stop motion and you need to take a break and you leave them overnight like that, also probably won't be too detrimental, but over time it will leave their eyelashes kind of like deformed and it's not cute. You just want to have their eyelashes as they are. So of course there's nothing wrong with if you're making a stop motion or if you're doing something that involves, you know, having them blink or something. It's totally fine to do it for like a minute. Even overnight won't be that bad, but you should really just try to remember to untuck them. I know sometimes you make mistakes and forget, but it's, you know, if you can. Next is try not to store your dolls in the attic. A few problems: it can make your dolls smell musty, and then also if there's any mice, they can nibble on your dolls or their clothes or leave their poop everywhere. Love that for us. And also attics can get damp, and that is also perfect for mold. So just try to store them if you can in your room. Even just like if you have a shelf, that'd be perfect. I store mine in the basement, which is also not super ideal. It's not that bad, but I do have them on a shelf, so they're not like, I can see them and they're not like getting pressed up against anything. They're just standing on the shelf, so that's fine, but try to avoid the attic if you can. If you can't, it's totally fine. Just, you know, maybe try to take them out every once in a while and do a little care for them. But if you're storing them, I'd try to do it somewhere else. Next is, before giving your dolls any permanent freckles, try doing them with something temporary first, like washable marker, or even water-soluble colored pencil is okay if you take it off like pretty quickly after. You just don't want to regret it if you do permanent freckles and they're super bold and prominent. Like, just try temporary first, because you never know how you're gonna feel about them. I love doing freckles. I think they're adorable. Ooh, watercolor paints are perfect for temporary ones, and you can take them off anytime, I think. And you can even leave them on if you want them to be permanent, but like not really. But they won't come off unless you get them wet. So my Canon doll, Ren, has freckles all over her face, which I did using watercolor paint. So those have lasted. Unless I get like magic eraser on her face, they're staying there. And lastly, don't use any hair products intended for humans, for example, hairspray, mousse, dry shampoo, anything like that, in your doll's hair, but with the exception of shampoo and conditioner. So if you guys know me, I always, when I'm doing fixing up videos, I use shampoo and conditioner on the doll that I'm fixing up, shampoo to clean it out kind of, and conditioner just to soften a little bit. And those are fine because you're washing them out, you're not really leaving them in for too long. But with like dry shampoo, mousse, and hairspray, it can be very damaging to your doll because you're likely using it with the intent to keep it in their hair, because you know, like hairspray and dry shampoo and mousse don't really have any long-term effects, they're more short-term things for human hair. So if with dolls, the general rule of thumb is don't use anything that you use on your own hair on their hair, like hairbrushes, hair products, anything like that. Just try to stay away from it. There are products I'm sure that are intended for wigs, and those would be fine to use because they do have synthetic hair and they have a wig. So just look into something before you do it. Don't act on impulse, and don't use any of your own products. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. I will keep making these if I can come up with more content. There will be more actually doll focused videos in the future. I just don't have as much fun making them as talking. I don't know. But I have a few fun videos planned, so hopefully you guys will enjoy those. They do take a lot longer to make as well, which is hard because I am back in school. I'm doing a hybrid learning plan, so I go into school on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays I have online stuff. So I'm still at school basically for a whole week, just not physically for 3 days. But I am a very busy person, and uploading twice a week is still a challenge, so I'm going to try to do it, but bear with me if my content isn't always, you know, the best and most entertaining, or if it doesn't directly discuss dolls. But I do enjoy making content about like YouTuber reacts or like answering questions, and all that stuff is fun to me too. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for that long little rant at the end, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!